Uh, it was a busy weekend. I had to help my aunt move to a new house, so I spent the entire day just like shoveling boxes into a moving truck. Yeah, I got paid though, so it helps out. And at least at the end of the day, I drank like 3 gallons of water, so that helped with the dehydration. It was a hot day too. I got a little worried today because I thought a heat wave was coming on. Well, we've been getting storms for like the past 3 days straight. And when I came over today, it was like almost 86 degrees in the house, but the humidity was so much higher. And so first time I'm throwing on the AC, but it's expected to rain late tonight again. So I'm gonna look forward to that. And then we'll probably get some thunderstorms in the afternoon tomorrow, but I'll be in the office, so that's fine. And then we'll get more rain on Thursday. And then Friday I'm supposed to go in Philly, but we'll get more rain in the morning. You haven't been to Philly long enough. Well, not that I've lived in Philly, I just visit it often, you know. Let's see. What was the movie? The Dark Crystal? It doesn't ring a bell for me. Let's see. Directed by James Henson. Oh, and Frank Oz. Oh god. If I did watch that, that was Tetris. If I did watch it, it was a long ass time ago. Oh, speaking of dark, even though it's more of like dying, that game you thought before was Dead by Daylight, but Dying Light, it actually just came on Steam on sale for a couple days ago, so I figured, alright, I'd buy it. It was probably the best decision I've ever made. That game's actually really good. Dying Light. Yeah. Yep. But as opposed to the whatchamacallit, as opposed to the PvP kind of game, what was like 4v1 that I was saying before was like horror theme. Dying Light is a zombie first-person open world game, but it involves a lot of parkour. So that's one of the unique things about traveling around it. Also, the main character is voiced by Roger Craig Smith, who is Sonic, or well, he's going more by Chris Redfield with his attitude and voice, but I still kind of love it because it's cheesy and shit. But just like imagine the biggest badass ever, and like he's your main character, and that's all that he's doing. He's just going around being a badass, taking on missions, and just like telling anyone else who's in the apocalypse that's like trying to get rid of you and stuff. They just shut the fuck up and let me do my thing and take my stuff, not take names. And then you just go parkour in the sunset. Watch the storms. So yeah, in terms of games, one of the most interesting buys I've ever done in a while. Yes, thank you for that. Just... Okay. Oh, okay. That's neat. Honestly, I would think it does. I mean, well, I played through the first Dishonored quite a bit, and I would feel that was pretty streamlined. It was still difficult at times because I don't like stealth games with the first person. I feel like that many times it doesn't really do anything right. But like, if you do give it like a chance and just be patient with it, you can actually get to the game like at least through the main story without too much trouble. But like, if you go with guys trying to do collectibles, it's gonna be really much. Which is, well, in one sense, it makes a pacifist 100 completion rate, well, yeah, completely impossible. And unfortunately, like, you gotta kill some people, but after seeing what's happened in Dishonored 1, I kind of feel like you have to kill some people. Because of all the shit they put you through. I don't know how much worse it gets in Dishonored 2. There's enough eggs right by basket meat quota, just get your ass up here. Oh, Christ. 3 eggs. 2. Well, there we go. In their defense, they did put a bad ending. It's just not the bad ending you wanted, unfortunately. Christ. Oh. There may be something else they're missing on there, but oh gosh, everyone's dying. I can kind of see. I kind of see that, I think, but I can still see. Which I can kind of see. Get your eggs in! I don't know. In fact, when I even saw the results, and it's like they said all they pretty much did was like Marina was just like clamoring about how, oh, she's so great that she won, and then it's just silence because they're expecting the end to come near, and just because of that, I'm so anxious right now to actually pick. It's like chaos is fun, but order is proper, but order is like the Sixers in Ready Player One or Big Brother in 1984, and I don't want that. But at the same time, do I want chaos? Like the sadistic rules you see in Mad Max? What? Do you want the arenas as much fun as there is to see? You don't want to be in it. Unless you're a badass. But you're hardly a badass. I mean, based on... I'd rather not. I mean, based on what I played in Dying Light, I'd like to be a badass parkour guy. Granted, I'm not like a tough guy with guns, but can I at least like hop over shit and just evade when any danger comes in? Granted, I don't save anyone, I don't really do anything, but I can hop over a 50-foot building with a grappling hook if I want to, and then just like traverse like through half of Spain in the blink of an eye. It's like, It's okay. Just pretend you only had one. And that you only need to use one because you're much better than me for running with that steel eel right there. Alright, that's 9 eggs? Oh, more. Lots more. We got totally easy. Just stop dying from drizzlers. Oh, I saw you go. Oh, no! There you go, boss. Oh, no! And then pop my ink. I should have just popped my inkjet. Honestly, at this point, just run. Or, okay. That was awkward. That was just an awkward situation all around. Well, first off, would you call... Oh, Jesus, high tide. Would you call science the opposite of religion? I mean, according to the Splatfest, fantasy is the opposite of technology. Or is it, no, it's sci-fi. The science fiction, that is. So... But my point would have been being was that if it was the case that science is the opposite of religion, then would you consider religion chaos or order? Actually, I remember one of these journalists made a good point that who said it? Einstein, I think, said that God does not play dice. Therefore, that in order to have some bit of like what's it called? Not theory, but like the very first thing that comes before a theory, where you must accept something before you must make any of the theories. That there is something beyond us that we don't understand, but we must accept that exists before we can actually make some more claims about science. I'm trying to remember the exact saying. I think it's like God does not play dice or something like that. Ah. Right. So at that point, yeah. Okay, so and at that point, there must be order in order to construct all that. Okay. It does seem like it. Although then again, if you look at update 4.0 with all the Kenta models, black and white. The entire everything around it is black and white. Whereas I'm pretty sure 4.0 of Splatoon 1 was all colorful and candy-like. Granted, we got a couple of that with the return of the 83 and the cherry nozzle nose. So there's still some faith in that, but I think that's just more of fan service than is actually about the theme of the Splatfest. Now I'll yeah, that would be nice. Yeah. Because with things like the Hydra, the E-Leader, and the, I want to say the L3, a bad example, but, you know, it's still a weapon that only has 2 variants as opposed to 3. I mean, the Zapper's got 3 variants. All the basic weapons, rollers, chargers, and splash shots, someone fell in the water, all have 3 variants. The brushes, both Octo and the ink brushes even have 3 variants. I didn't even think the permanent ink brush would be a thing. I think they did. And it's odd, because it's a decent weapon, it's just no one knows how to use it. Because apparently the concept of, like, tapping the button like a one-shot burst is too difficult to use as a shooter. If you're counting the shots, like if you're in the meta actually counting the shots, then it's technically incorrect. That like the first shot will always count, so you should always go for that. But in the general sense, if you just if you're just sweeping around, then absolutely, yeah, you're just as better off just doing that. But I can kind of see that. Even better yet, just like to give shot more accuracy, and that might make it more useful. Whereas the I think that's what it's supposed to be, but the firing rate should be more akin to the aerospray when you use that. But you kind of have the choice of that, except the firing rate is probably like less than the aerospray for better range, but probably just as inaccurate. And I'd be perfectly fine with that. Absolutely, just like with the save. I don't want to bring it up. Just like with the save data thing decision with Splatoon 2, that they said it, so you can't argue against it. I think they said the exact. I think they were saying the exact same thing for the new Pokemon games. That's not going to save data either. It ain't save data backup. Animal Crossing has been officially confirmed. I have a feeling though Pokemon's not going to get it either. But we got Pokemon Bank to help with that. I haven't, no. Oh, right. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of the case for Gen 7, but we had plenty of backwards compatibility, especially with Pokemon Bank, to help alleviate that. First off, all Gen 1 games were able to be transferred into Sun and Moon eventually once the Virtual Console games came out, and I think that was the case with Gen 2 as well. And so it's odd. It's a very odd thing. I can only hope this means that they actually plan on releasing more games other than Sword and Shield. That's... yeah. it could be it could be a development decision where it's like if they really wanted to best develop the game and like make sure that it was in a sense playable but also like as fun and like top-notch fun quality as like the other games, they would have to put in years and years of like lots of study and just like testing with every single Pokemon they have out there, because they're over 800 right in the Pokedex right now. So it would take them forever just to check it out if they wanted to actually have that top-notch quality as much as the original story mode that's in it. I really don't know. I have this feeling also that when the game gets released, it's going to be graphically critiqued as like inferior and very disappointing, because that was kind of the case with Sun and not Sun and Moon, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and unless they do something with the Pokemon sprites, like they put a little sparkle and shine on it or something like that, it's probably going to make the same reception. So I think this game all around is going to like blow. Just based. That's if they were cut down for development time or they didn't know how to properly resource it, I can understand that. That sucks for a multi-billion-dollar company like Pokemon. But it's that. Absolutely. You saw the first games and how broken those are after we'd like been delving into it for years. Yeah. I mean, they still work pretty well. It's just that once we took out the tape and chewing gum, it's like, oh god, this game's terrible. Gold and Silver. Well, Gold and Silver still has some weird quirks, but it's still probably the next best kind of developed game of all time. Just like Ruby and Sapphire and like Diamond and Pearl. Essentially, if you want to break the game, all you gotta do is just like just go really, really fast in some areas. I'm pretty sure I heard it, but what kind of trivia? Yeah. Ah. I want to think it was also because technically Johto is a much more condensed region compared to Kanto, and they did cut out some things in Kanto, such as Blaine's gym. Instead of like having the gym in there, they just blew up the island and said, no, you can't go here, except to say blue or whatever, depending on the game. And they kind of like made up for that. Oh, it was a compressor, okay. Absolutely. He did make the best Smash game of all time, Smash Bros. Melee. Not objectively, of course, but yeah, you know, pretty much anyone in the very late in development, I believe it was, like when they were trying to do a time crunch for that, he was brought on board with the team, along with Sakurai. No, someone was trying to throw a bomb while I was the ink line, but he just went right over my head. Like, shoo! Like, whoosh! That's why you get a very long weekend, and then just, like, unwind. The games come out in November, right? And there's not really a lot of time. Unless they patch it, like what they do with the 3DS games. But I don't want to be that guy where it's like, oh, don't worry, they'll just patch it, because that never worked out for like any AAA game ever. Red Dead Redemption 2, as much as that game has praise on it, initially still had some backlash because it was still going on the microtransaction craze. Or was it? No, it was the loot box craze, at least for the multiplayer stuff. And EA has probably never made, well, they published a couple good games, but it was never their involvement. But like, they never, like, for the major titles, they never had any good games with a lot of backlash that they could just patch away. Even though they patched away the loot boxes in Battlefront 2, the game still sucks. It had to do with Disney, but they could have just thought, you know, while we're getting rid of the whole profitable thing, because our Lord and Savior said so, why don't we just make the game, like, a little more fun? A little more of the legacy that people have been demanding. Nah, fuck that. Just do another Games for Service kind of craze thing. Because it's fucking EA that they've been doing the past 25 years. Jesus Christ. I hope people are catching up, but people are still stupid. Fallout 76. I did, yeah. Is that, that's, I just saw it on Steam. It's, well, yeah, it's out now, right? Oh. Okay. That'll be fun, yeah. Absolutely. Maybe. Yeah. As much as the Switch tax hurts, if you're gonna get the game on the physical and it's not gonna be that much more expensive on Switch, and you're definitely gonna play on the go, just get it. Speaking of Konami, seeing Contra really put me into a loop during the E3 presentation, because like I think so. I remember the trailer. I don't know if anyone actually came on stage for that. No, oh wait, maybe it was. Actually, I don't remember. I know what you're talking about. I can't put the game to the face, though. As much as I can put a name to the face. Ah! Yeah. Yeah. But even thinking about it, there's a new Contra game coming out on Switch, and supposedly it's gonna be like there was a game that was just released on Switch that was based off a SNES classic. I think it was like a Wild Western shooter. Maybe that's it. But it's based on that, except it's all 3D models. Granted, the models right now look ugly, so I'm worried, but it's also Konami, and when it comes to Contra, they really don't give a shit about the models as long as like the hero looks ripped and the girls look sexy, and the animals and stuff like that look stupid and fun. So presentation-wise, it'll be fun. We lost someone, disconnected. But it just may be another like difficult Contra game that we haven't. I'll see if we can rescue you. A difficult Contra game that we haven't had in a while. Too late. I did. Dead. I'm not getting this wave. I don't know where the Hydra is. He might be in. Where is he? There he is. Okay, get the boss. Oh no. There was no bomb anywhere. It could have. That was pretty nice too, yeah. It's actually funny with Breath of the Wild 2 that I think I'm feeling what Majora's Mask fans, at least on announcement, how they feel after playing Ocarina of Time. Because that's essentially what's going on right here. You have the best 3D Zelda game of all time, and they decide to release a sequel for that only 2 years later. Absolutely, they're going to reuse the assets. But the game was developed for Wii U, whereas this is going to be a Switch exclusive, I'm pretty sure. Unless Anamura decides to do something stupidly but kind of nice in some way and just like ported the Wii U just for kicks. I doubt it's going to happen because like if you're going to develop it for Switch first off, the code's never going to really like make its way down unless somehow, in terms of space and CPU usage, it's able to like downgrade itself. Wishful thinking though, but like let's just stick with Switch. I'm perfectly fine with my Switch. I don't want to dig up my Wii U. It just be nice. But it's not the requirement. The requirement is getting it on Switch in the best way possible. Yep. And for me, give him more. Yep. What was that for these blades? Well, no, I was just gonna say, give me one more week because Super Mario Maker 2 will come out, and then, aside from Star Fox Zero every now and then, I'll have nothing else to play on my Wii U. But yeah, what were you saying about Xenoblade Chronicles X? Oh, okay. Even like side quests and stuff like that? Did you not like 100% complete the game? Some of those. You might just be getting a pattern into games that that just like aren't really developed for like a streamlined experience. Ah. Actually, I wasn't keep track of my score. I think I have like 200 points to go until I get my second super. So maybe this will be the one they'll top me, but we'll see. Also, based on the win ratio we've been getting so far, it may take a little longer, but let's see. No need for try hard though, but wait until later. Anuma? Absolutely. Just based on the timing of the reveal and the rumors of the NX coming around at the time, it had to be a launch title. Now, if they said anything about it in 2016, no, wait, was the reveal was 2016. If they said anything in 2015, then we would have been saying, when the frick is it coming out on Wii U yet? Instead, we're just getting like 4 different versions of Zelda that were all on previous consoles before, including the originals on the NES, because it was on Virtual Console. I missed a freaking egg. Just gonna guard this area. Well, with the Sheikah tablet, like the first thing you grab, it's like, huh, that's a Wii U tablet, isn't it? And we're just waiting for Anmu just to come out the screen and say, no, it's a Sheikah tablet. The Wii U's dead, guys. I'd say so. It's not a wrong thing to go around, it's just a very secluded way of thinking about that, because obviously you don't think about, well, then again, Japan is an island. All they have is water around it, so... It's not like Minecraft, where it's like, if you're on the deserted island and you just have 2 pigs, and you just think, just breed them, we'll get all the food we want. Instead, you just go into the ocean, and then just find everything in the ocean to eat. Especially considering that the ocean is much bigger than any of the land on here, then it's much harder to go through all the resources in the ocean than is on planet Earth. But then again, when give it like a couple more centuries when we're still burning fossil fuels and never stop with climate control and stuff like that, then we'll see if we destroy the ocean first. Never mind. That was confusing. Wave 3. Geographically, I bet it would be, but politically, I have no freaking idea, and I think the answer is no. But I'm not well, no, it's not a politician that would know the answer to that, but it would be a historian. Six eggs. But it's still Asia. I got my stink! Oh, Christ, Clash Blaster! Live for us! Absolute? Yeah. It's sad because back in school, I was actually like willing to hear out as much about nuclear power and stuff like that. And it's so cool because like especially one of the stories was that they decided to document the one big nuclear explosion that did happen. But they pretty much said, like, ever since after that, we came a very long way. We knew how to control it, and we also know how to harness much more of the power much more efficiently. So it's like, that's so cool. Let's like really take best advantage of that. But some change, but not as much change as we would want. Hmm. 54. Okay, we got one more. I hit mine. That's cool. The cost of a reactor is much higher? Okay, as opposed to building another power plant. Okay. But what's the... I don't like to use this term because it's economic, but in return on investment. Such that if it's more efficient to do that, then the initial cost is not going to worry that much. Granted, we gotta make sure the thing's alive for like a couple of years. By a couple, I mean like 10 to 20, just to really make it break even and maybe go profitable. Okay. Right. But it's also another thing where are you legally allowed to build the facilities through the reprocessing? Because that's another hurdle you gotta go through. Okay. I think that electricity has had some regulations. Although, for electricity-wise, at least if it's starting up, there have been some couple changes in the past 30 years, I want to say. Especially when it comes to home, to maintenance, not maintenance, building codes. Stuff. Low tech. Jeez, boss. Going at a really creepy angle there. This is actually a very good setup. 12 eggs right here. First laser. Moving. What looks so weird? What? How big are the anteaters? Huh. That's actually weird. Would I rather have that or have a bear eat my stomach out? Considering they're both the same size. Yeah. I mean, I play enough Dead by Daylight where there's a killer that like bites through your neck and then takes out your spleen and eats it. So I think at that point, yeah, you're already dead. Now, there was something I read, I also saw that classified all different types of bears. Like, pretty much, you're fucked whenever it comes to a bear. But if it's a brown bear, you got the best case scenario where you can kind of outrun it, but most of the time you're just gonna lose a limb. And then there was the mountain bear, or was the black bear? Okay, black bears you can scare away, yeah. Yeah, polar bear, you're dead. Like, if it sees you and, like, it comes to you, you're dead. Yeah. At the same time, I'm also thinking, well, based on the climate that the polar bears are living, aren't you gonna be dead anyway? Not only just because of living conditions, but also because of survival conditions. Because, like, in order you can't outrun something, at least humans can't, on ice as easily as they can on land. So the polar bear is gonna have that much bigger advantage. Because the polar bear has lived that the entire life, whereas the human has not. So they're gonna know more of the terrain and the traction. So there's nowhere to run, if you're even gonna run. And was it this time? Was it this one time that you got once? Or was it another time? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, because I'm holding the Hydra. I forgot. Well, I'm too busy, like, just chucking grenades and use my splashdown, because I don't want to die. This is a mess. That should do it, though. If it makes you feel any better, I got the Clash Blaster 5 times, and I hate that weapon. I would think little kids like that weapon because it's just a spray and pray weapon. Like, you walk up, you hold down the trigger, and then people might die. You have to plan the spray, because that charge takes, what, 3 seconds for a full charge? 3 Mississippi. We can do one more, it's fine. I'm not cut for time. Actually, it's like 1 minute to 9, so that works out perfectly. We got enough time to squeeze one more. Yeah, we're in the same time zone. Yeah, you, Chelsea, and I in the same time zone. Actually, where the hell was freaking April? She goes in the... Right. That's what I thought. I keep thinking it was, not Canada, but like, it's like whatever's between Quebec and Greenland. That might be Nova Scotia. And the only place is Nova Scotia, but I thought it was something else. Okay. I was gonna say Texas, that's south. Oh. Hellbell, there we go. Someone burst bomb, take out these moths. Jeez, so many moths, oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna run. I'll sneak in one more. No, that didn't work. Just thought I'd dive right in, but no, the steelhead's bombs decided to bounce me out of the way, and then I die. Yes. I keep thinking she's like a... She works with kids, absolutely. I want to keep thinking that she's like a, either works in daycare or like special needs. But that I might be thinking of my friend's wife who does that. But yeah, I would think that she's still like on the clock and working until the end of June. Which, by the way, I think kids are still in school until like next week, which is like almost the end of June. Like, granted, it's been like years since I've been out of like grade school, obviously, but that's just so scary to me. That kids have to wait so long for summer. I guess that's true. Someone must have just said, hey, two things could have happened. So someone said, hey, I'm gay and I don't give a crap about these women models, so I'm not gonna watch a show, and that is my family, so yeah. And then they just, in rebuttal, did that to that. Or some person with demanding equal rights said, hey, I don't give a shit about these hot girls, because I'm a hot girl too, and I want to see hot guys, so until there's hot guys, I'm not gonna watch a show, and I'm gonna tell my family not to watch a show, so yeah. So just, again, just in rebuttal and just to boost the ratings. So, okay, so option 3, an old lady said something, and then in rebuttal they decided to do that just to run up the audience. Ask the old ladies. There've got to be old ladies out there that are just pervs for young hot men. There have to be. Say it all you want. It's the truth. It has to be. Well, no, they don't have to have sex. They could just still have a dirty mind and just still have like how would I word this properly? Sure, let's go with that. Yeah, to be fair, as much as the kids are not gonna be interested in that, the show was never meant for kids anyway. As we said before. Always want to reiterate that. Always feel bad that you waste the stingray. Not to waste the stingray, but you never use it the entire time. But then again, when was the time? Wait. Huh. Oh, you get. Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I think I missed my second super bonus because I was gonna say, wait, I didn't get mine yet, but no, I missed it. I already got it because I have like 1,700. Let's see. Ink resistant chunks. I don't care for those, but that's still nice. And tickets for money. I also got a French, well, I already have a friendship bracelet with some power-up, but I also have another friendship bracelet with some power-up. Now, they really should code it, so that if you get the exact same item with the exact same power, just sell it. What's the point of keeping the new gear? Unless somewhere deep in the game's code, if the roulette is actually based on some unique identifier of the item, regardless of the main ability. And then if I somehow knew that there'd be more main power-up chunks in this one that I just got, as opposed to the one I already have, then fine, I take it. But I honestly, no. That's thinking, as a coder, that's thinking way too deep. I gotta stop thinking that deep. It's a kid's game. I'm pretty sure they didn't develop it that in depth. The demographic for Japanese is older than Americans. That's saying something. Because sometimes I just think around there that they're definitely Japanese kids that keep running to this game. And as you say that now, that's actually true, that I'm going to be finding a lot more American kids. Such as this guy who just rudely said, "Booyah back, you cowards," and then just drew a frowny face. Well, an angry frowny face. Because he doesn't know how to draw. And then this person doesn't know how to draw either. Because I'm an American kid. But that does make me wonder. Are Japanese kids just not playing video games as much as American kids? Are they actually more social? For a country that's on an island? I really don't know. That's something like, yeah, that's a research project right there. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, actually, I was just gonna bring up the argument of Persona. Well, not just Persona, but like any games related to Persona and the big developing growth of those kind of games where you're always gonna play as a teenage kid with superpowers. So while you're saying that kids that not kids, but like people that play this game have an older demographic than those that are like in America, with I want to say 8-9 years old American kids, whereas in Japan it's more teenagers. That would make more sense. And to be honest, that's not that big of an age gap. Maybe it is. It could be half a generation. No problem. Yeah, and I gotta get ready for bed, so I'm gonna get off too. So, but peace.